Peace, everybody. It's Milana Al Hassan. Today, I'm going to respond to a comment that was left that was in my notifications, but I don't see it on my uh, dashboard or video pertaining to me making these videos by someone named Bob or something like that. And the statement was, yeah, black people need to get their own country. Like, the ignorance of it all. Now, I'm glad this person said that because it's a good example of why I'm making these videos. Apparently, this person didn't even listen to the video series or any of the videos per se, from the first video on to the third. And they're making statements about something that they have no knowledge about. Didn't listen to the video, but they had the nerve to be arrogant in their ignorance and make a statement about something that I'm talking about. And this is what's going on pretty much around, I've noticed around the US. People make statements about things, don't read, don't do any research, any deeper research to find out things, don't have the data to back up their statements, and they're going off emotion and they're just saying things. When you bring them the facts, then they don't know what to say. So I'm assuming that this guy is white. I don't know. I mean, the scam color white, say in the U.S., but in the skin color scam of things, to make this type of statement, it wasn't made as a positive statement for those who call themselves black or African American or whatever, descendant from slaves. It's just this person bunched everybody up in a group and said, yeah, the blacks need to have their own country, which the majority of blacks were here before whites, okay? Before the white word even was created pertaining to the American society. So this person doesn't even know history pertaining to a lot of things. But let me make this point, and why I made the video series. Another point, because why I made the video series was in the videos prior to this video. I felt that I needed to make a video series me personally, because of a lot of people that I'm around. The voter issue. Me having discussions about who to vote for and voting this and that and this and that. No one really had any facts but emotions. The other thing is what I've seen on TV and what I saw earlier pertaining to the virus, with all the information that came out by doctors and medical professionals, doctors, lawyers, doctors and nurses pertaining to this virus that was literally taken down by the platforms. Then later coming out saying it's talking about blacks. Then talking about this Black Lives Matter organization, along with these other organizations or whatever, that was founded by Marxist, so-called Marxist gay women. Then the type of actions that these organizations were taking, saying that they were helping black people when the majority of black people don't agree with the organization itself. So it was clearly not for so-called black people, African American people, So that were victims of crimes by those that's supposed to protect them, called police. So you had all these diverse organizations, diverse actions being taken in protests. Some were just in antagonizing people against the system as far as law enforcement. I'm not going to say law enforcement, as far as police, their policing practices of some of their policemen. A lot of their policemen, should I say. The thing is, also, today we're going to talk about the ignorant statements that can't be combated with statistics. Okay, so we're going to go over some statistics today. And as you see, I'm on the FBI.gov website. This is data, okay? So, I mean, you can't fight the data. The majority of people don't know what they're talking about when it's pertaining to hate crimes against black people. Okay, I'm not talking about black people hating themselves and all this other type of stuff people want to say that's act like it's deep. It's psychology that the black people don't hate themselves. That's a lie. It's just a position that certain people are, just black people are the ones that's always put in the spotlight to look at as far as this crime, specific people performing a specific type of crime against themselves. Other races do the same thing. I don't want to get biblically. Okay, let's go all through the Bible. There's all kind of people that went against their own. So, and they just weren't exploited. They didn't have TVs back then to where you could have a bunch of other races exploit you. And that's the point of this series. One of the points of this series. So let's move on. Okay. So I'm going to leave this web link down below. We're on victims. Currently, from the FBI website, we're on victims. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so you have about hate crime statistic 2019. This is just in 2019. This is even when Black Lives Matter organization came out. Just a minute. So right here we have, as you see, incidents and offensive victims, offenders, location types, hate crime by jurisdiction. So if you're interested in these and some of this data, you can come and go to the FBI website and search and find these specifications pertaining to these specifications and subjects pertaining to crimes. Okay, period. Now, right now we're going to go through victims, so y'all can understand why I made this video set. Another reason, FBI, okay, as you see, it's a downloadable document. I'm going to read this. In the Uniform Crime Reports program, the victim of a hate crime may be an individual, a business, financial institution, a government entity, a religious organization, or society / public as a whole. Now, all of these, okay, you can consider 14th and 15th Amendment, persons in the corporate, right? Those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. In 2019, the nation's law enforcement agencies reported that there were 8,812 victims of hate crimes. Of these victims, 260 were victims in separate multiple biases incidents. Now, Matthew Seperate and James Byrd Junior Hate Crimes Prevention Act of 2019, 18 U.S.C. Section 249 required the FBI to collect data concerning hate crimes committed by or directed against juveniles. Beginning in 2013, law enforcement began reporting the number of victims who are 18 years of age or older, the number of crimes under the age of 18, and the number of individual victims. Of the 6,628 individuals for which victim age date were reported in 2019, 5,909 hate crime victims were adults, and 719 hate crime victims were juveniles. In 2013, the individual UCR program, in 2013, the national UCR program began collecting revised race and ethnicity data in accordance with a directive from the U.S. government Office of Management and Budget. The race categories were expanded from four: white, black, American Indian or Alaskan Native, and Asian or other Pacific Islanders. Federal Directive 15. To 5: white, black, or African American, Native American, American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, and Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders. The ethnicity categories changed from Hispanic and non-Hispanic to Hispanic or Latino and not Hispanic or Latino. See the methodology for more information about this program change as well as others. Now, see, this is technical. This whole right here, this is all technical speech, technical and legal speech. If you don't have the brain for it, then, just keep listening to the news. The bogus news is, owned by specific people from other countries for their self-interest. But if you really want to know what's going on in your country, go find out. That's what the FBI is. The FBI don't have to tell you this information. It's on their websites. Let's continue. By bias motivations, based on Table 1. So by bias motivation, let's look at Table 1. Okay. Incidents. 666. That's a weird number for So anyway, it's kind of weird that anti-white is 666. That is hella weird. 666, right? 666 incidents. Offenses 755. Victims 775. Right? Known offenders 645. Now, as you see, this is an Excel sheet. Correct? Download Excel. I'll probably make a dashboard for this. But look at black, anti-black or African American. Now understand that this data is from 2019. I'm not surprised because you have even more people that will be attacking blacks because of they specify African American. So here, right, because blacks could include all blacks, foreign blacks, which you do have certain other labeled blacks that are attacked. So, but the majority of them are native blacks. And these native blacks, right, as you see this number, the incidences are 1,930. Offenses is 2,314. Victims, 2,391. Known offenders, 1682. These are known offenders, right? So it's for them, doing little attacks and they got caught, right? Then you have the Native Americans, the American Indians, Alaskan, right? So for certain things, Native Americans, and it's not in the bunch. A lot of them have their reservations and stuff going, but a lot of them are having very bad problems, you know, um, very bad problems. The Native Americans, a lot of the tribes that are not getting major funding from the government are finding their girls kidnapped and murdered. There's a serial killer that are killing American Indian women, mainly younger ones and little boys. And I forgot what tribe it is, but I know they say they have a jurisdictional issue, which was federal, state, and reservation. And because of that, they say they have a problem. Well, I mean, if they have a problem and that will be the problem, then that opens the door for their people to get killed and picked off. So no telling who. It could be somebody in law that's doing it, right? You never would know, right? And last year in 2019, you found the spike in quote unquote Asian. Asian, they didn't specify what Asian. I'm pretty sure it's like mainly Chinese because of the coronavirus, but I don't know. But I'm speculating that. And down here you see the other race ethnicities, whatever that means. I would assume that's really other Asians because how they label things, and Hispanics is high. They group Hispanic, which is something different, but Latinos and Hispanics into a group with blacks to a point. But my whole point is, look at this number. This is my point. And these people been here forever and show everybody else love. And year after year, because I've seen other data pertaining to African American or blacks, and it's pretty much high. And these people attacking you. This is why I say separate. Now, I'm making videos for my spirit. People are going to do what they want to do, as you should. But we all have to, deal with the repercussions of that. And this probably will be my last video. But due to the financial situation, this is not financial or legal advice. This is just my experience. Blacks and or African Americans need to get into cryptocurrency. And I've been talking about this for years. I made a nice amount of money out of cryptocurrency. And I really think blacks need to get into it. If you don't, you will be too late. You will be too late. Now, the fraudster legal organizations is getting into it. And they're going to be left behind. Right. So, this is just for the love of the people. And every other race on this list, I specified it towards blacks because this is the, pretty much the racial group that I'm associated with. And I've seen this for years of this group falling downhill. When Biden's in office, if you look at my other video, you see about the unemployment that Bureau of Labor Statistics say. So it doesn't look good. So I say, with the next wealth transformation, if you are poor, and this is across the board, regardless of a race, look into cryptocurrency and investing in cryptocurrency. Spot you off some money, piece you off some money, and get you a piece of some projects. because as the digital age, as the cash, we're going into a cashless age, and it's known as the digital age. As this age is expanding, you need to put your money somewhere so it can transform into something different and expand. So that's why I have cryptocurrency links in the description that you could follow, that I believe in wholeheartedly, that I am in. Okay? And that could expand your money. And these aren't regular projects that people have on TV. You know, that's all commercial. Okay. I also have a series called Scale Your Business with Cryptocurrency. And I will leave that link below also. So that's why I made these videos. And I wish you all luck in your adventures. Be safe out there in this time of famine, this time of pestilence, and much love and peace.